All right, welcome back. A little bit of a different one for you today. So remember how at the end of the last video, I assume you've watched that. If you haven't, right there. I talked about this new thing I got for truck camping. Well, it's this. The Ecoflow Wave 3 air conditioner. I got this primarily for when we truck bed camp, but I also figured something else out. The last couple trips with Duke. The bunk room still gets kind of warm, and I know fans can help with that. But I figured, why not put this thing to use? So we're gonna build a template for the back window. We'll get inside the camper here in a minute, and we'll see how it works. I'm not going to do like an in-depth review on this thing because there's a bunch of them already out there, and I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel. But it comes with this tube to drain the unit, a couple exhaust hoses or tubes that are insulated, a 12-volt charging cord to charge, I think, yeah, the battery, and then your vent attachments. Okay, these go, they come off if you know, that's how it'll be inside the camper, because I won't need that. All right. All right. You can run it off 110 or off the battery. Yeah. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not the one to do the in-depth review on this thing because it's not really my lane. But we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get in the camper. So it also comes with, hang on, your duct size template, so you don't have to trace the tubes and all that stuff. So they do it for you. All right, let me get all this junk inside the camper, and I'll bring you back. All right, and here we are. All right, we're gonna make this quick because it's like 94 degrees in here. All right, so real quick, we're gonna do this out of insulation board. It's 2 feet by 2 feet, and I just real quick mocked it up, and I'm like a ½ inch too narrow. But I think, at least for the time being, I can just use some aluminum tape to seal that, which is what I'll do. As you see, I've got the window lifted to its first stop point, so our ducts will fit. All right, so what I'm gonna do is take this, trace them on to where they are. Might need to go a little lower. I'll just bring them low. All right, that's the edge. Bring it up just a little bit, level it out, and then place that like that and cut those out. All right, so let's do that. Let's do this. To be sure, place that there. 9 inches. So we need to be under 9 inches from the bottom. Okay, we can even go a little higher actually. Okay. Guys, it doesn't need to be exactly perfect. I can refine this later as I need. But would like to get it right the first time, but I'm really just getting this done before this next trip. And now that I know this pre-cut section is a little narrow, I wouldn't mind going back and getting a full-size sheet of insulation board and doing this. Let me do something. I don't even like that. I want to mark this to where I can't go any higher. Okay. I realized I probably didn't finish that thought. ADD. HD, whatever. Let's see. But what I was going to say is I wouldn't mind getting a full sheet of insulation board and cutting it more precise. So it's not super important that this is perfect on this shot, as much as I'd like it to be. Okay. Actually, bring that back. You're not done with it, fool. The reason I'm doing this is I didn't like how close to the bottom this hole was, the edge of the insulation board. I was afraid that when I went to cut, I would rip it out. Okay, I like that better. All right, so let's go cut this. All right, it's cut. I didn't want to bore you with just cutting out styrofoam board. I used a jigsaw, or jigsaw. If you need a tutorial on how to cut this out, then maybe this isn't a project for you, sorry. All right. So like that. Where's my hose? There we go. Hoses is what I was trying to say. All right. This dude goes back here, locks in place. This dude goes there, boom. And I will have to trim that up a little bit. I'll do that off camera here in just a second. This guy goes here. And then it's in there. I will probably, hang on. Yep. I will trim that one as well. All right. That's our mock-up. All right, so let me trim them just a little bit with the old blade, and I'll be right back. Okay, they've been trimmed. Let's see. Let's see if this will hold that in place. Thank you, sir. Wrong one. Let's do this guy first. Hope you can see me. Or maybe I don't. Oh, come on, you just worked outside. Don't make me look stupid. Okay. Boom, boom. Oh, easy, easy. And here we go. Temperature down. Okay. Down and dirty. Got it on 60 degrees. Got this dude going. And what I'll probably do is use some of this tape and just run it right down there for the trip. Maybe both sides and bottom. We'll see. I don't like the gap, and I'm sure the kids won't either. But temporarily, or at least for this trip, it's kind of a proof of concept. I can push that thing kind of back into that corner where it is, and making sure I'm in frame. The bed will still come out, and the kids don't have to be sweated out like I am right now. All right. So, yep, that's kind of what I had in mind. I was really hoping that was going to be a lot tighter of a fit. But, you know, whatever. I don't know if you can hear that on the mic. It's blowing right on me. It feels nice. Let's see if I can get this thing squared into that corner a little bit better. All right. It's probably about as far as it's going to go. I'm going to try pulling this bed out just to make sure. You stay there. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Still pulls all the way out. Plenty of room. Just have to figure out the ladder. Probably just put it right here in front of it. But yeah. I think I'm gonna like it. Okay, that's really it. Short video, not much of a tutorial, so much as it is look what you can do with one of these little Ecoflows. The Zero Breeze, what do they call that one? Zero Breeze. The new Zero Breeze could probably be used the same way. I think Bouge RV has one of these. There's a bunch on Amazon. But yeah, I'm gonna do another one of these videos in, I don't know. All right, GoPro overheated. Imagine that. It got cut off. So anyway, if you got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll see you this weekend. See ya! Well, here's how it sat for the weekend. I actually had it plugged in right up there. My creative solution to little reservoirs for when it drains. I'll have to use a 5-gallon bucket or a 1-gallon jug or something like that in the future, because these little bottles weren't enough. Yeah, worked out well. Doesn't look the greatest, but it got us through the weekend. Kept the room nice and cool. When I had it on 60, it was real cold back here. Too cold for the kids, they complained, so I turned it up to 70 and 72 and kept it comfortable. Camper stayed consistently cool, so worked out real nice.